Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 2nd of August 2021 and the time now is 6:17 a.m. Well, today our topic is how to create an action plan, and it is a video review. And before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Okay, yeah, firstly, yeah, for this one, I think it is quite good, and it creating a plan, creating an action plan. To me, I think it is something like a framework, and then it do give the benefits mentioned in the video, which if we try to list them out, and then we are more aware of what are we going to pursue, um, and also we will also maybe consciously or I mean subconsciously trying to uh, uh, go in the directions which is in align with our in align with our goal. Yep, and then also I face a lot of um, difficulties, and I have a lot of uncertainties when trying uh, to create an action plan, follow step by step in the video. And then for this one, uh, uh, the speaker give 5 important points, or I say 5 tips when creating an action plan, which is effective. And firstly, it says we need to decide what exactly we want. And then for here, he also mentioned that it is important to have a goal which is uh, clear, which is not vague, which is kind of specific. Yep, and then it could be long term and a very big goal, and it can also be a smaller one, maybe uh, a medium term or a short term goal. For this one, I think basically we need to try to figure out our uh, longer term goal. This is not easy, but we can kind of having a framework first, and then whenever we have something in our mind, maybe uh, after a few months or after a few years, or even after a few weeks, uh, we can uh, we can do something on the framework. I mean, we can maybe add in something, maybe take out something. We can update our action plan. Yeah, this is also I think the purpose of having an action plan. And then for here, I think uh, I mix it together with the first and the second point. Because firstly, here decided what we want, and then um, the second point is to write down your goals on paper. So I think if we want to make it specific, I must combine it together with the second point so that I can write down the goal, which is not vague. And for the first tips, I basically focus on health, career, finances, and then personal improvement. And for here, I think with the limited of time, I only managed to think of these four perspective, and uh, I think it is not all. It can be more than that after maybe uh, a few days if I want to complete this action plan. And then the second point is to write down our goals on paper, and we also need to follow uh, uh, the 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 specific um, conditions that I mentioned just now. So for here, for example, my plan, the health perspective, I one of my goal is I want to uh, get rid of conjunctivitis. Yeah. I think for this one, it is quite clear for um, a specific things regarded to health problems. Yeah, I want to overcome this. I want to be fully recovered from conjunctivitis, and I don't want conjunctivitis to affect me in the future. And yeah, the other example could be something like uh, to increase your weight, but this is not in my list. Yeah, this is just an example. We need to be very specific uh, in order for us to maybe derive the further actions we can do to achieve it. So yeah, the other example could be, I think, let's say personal improvement. And then my goal here is I want to um, up a level. And right now I was at somewhere between B1 to B2. This is the English proficiency level. And I have a goal to achieve C1, which is the next level of B2. And then, yeah, so this is, I think, also quite uh, uh, specific. And then, if possible, I think maybe we can go further because for this proficiency level, we have something like speaking, writing, listening. Yeah, that would also that could be even more specific. But I think all of the factors is important. So I don't think I want to focus on just a particular, maybe like speaking or writing. Yeah, I think both all of them is important to me. And then yeah, this is some examples. And then the next one, number three, the tips, which is to set a deadline. Yeah, for this one, the speaker mentioned that we need to have a deadline. We need to have a date for us to achieve the goal. And then for this one, it could be broken into many deadlines. For example, if your goals is very big, and then you may need multiple or several deadlines to achieve maybe smaller goals before you get the ultimate goals. And then for me, um, the health example of mine, which is I want to get rid of conjunctivitis. The deadline I give myself is 1st of August 2022, which is 1 year. And I don't think this is easy to achieve because for the first time I encounter conjunctivitis is also quite a long time ago. I think uh, it 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 has been more than a year, so it was not easy, and so I think I give the deadline of 1 year. Yep, and then the next example is just now I give, which is the personal improvement from B2 to C1 proficiency level. For this one, I give myself a date which is the 1st of June 2022. So from today, it is for 10 months, uh, uh, approximately. And then for this one, I also try to do some research and found that if people really want to get improvement in this in a particular language, and for English, to up a level from B2 to C1, it needs basically few hundred hours. So I try to calculate if kind of if I spend how many hours a day, and then after 10 months, yeah. So I think uh, this is achievable. I mean for this deadline, 1st of June. Yep, and then yeah, this is the third point, the third tips by the speaker to create an effective action plan. And then number four, followed by the deadline, we need to make a list of everything you could possibly think of that you will have to do to achieve your goal. Yeah, so for this one, basically is the something like how to achieve your goal and what are you going to do um to 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 achieve that. And then for this one also, I think we need to be make it something like very specific. And then for example, for no conjunctivitis, um for this one, I think maybe I need to control my screen time. Yeah, I need to get a, a more accurate figure first. How many hours I use the computers and also my other devices. And then I need to bring down the number of screen time. This is from one's perspective. And the other perspective is I could um, I could do something to treat my eye, for example, um, from through some uh, medicine or treatments, uh, which is also possible. And for this one, I think I need to figure out the other possible things I can do. It is not completed. And then for personal improvement, yeah, just now to improve proficiency level. And for example, what I can do is maybe I can set something like um, um, the number of number of hours learning per day, and I need to achieve that. This is on daily basis, and we have weekly, we have monthly, which is the fifth tips. Uh, after these fourth points. So yeah, the example of the fourth tips could be something like how many hours, and also what are you going to do. Let's say you can set a goal like I need to write maybe 50 words a day, uh, or maybe I need to use uh, English to speak with somebody like us. We speak English every day for maybe 45 minutes or 1 hours. Yeah, these are something that we can think of to do, and I think there are many ways we can do. Yep, and then go to the fifth point, which is the last tips, and then it is to schedule it in a comprehensive plan. And for this one, uh, like I said, after having known what we can do to achieve our goal, we need to schedule it, and then basically we can make it daily, weekly, monthly, or even yearly. So for this one, we need to because it is comprehensive, so we need to have daily, weekly, monthly uh, at the same time. Yeah, for example, I can have some of my goal. The deadline is 1 year, and then uh, maybe for every month, uh, I can break into different category. For example, personal improvement. Uh, B2 to C1, uh, I can give myself a target, which is maybe the first month. Yeah, maybe for the first month, I need to um, for the first month, I need to maybe deal with a particular part. Maybe let's say for grammar, we have uh, we have um, let's say if we have 30 different uh, grammar, and then maybe at the first month, uh, I need to learn how many of them. Yeah, so this could be monthly, and then break down to weekly. Also, we make it smaller. Yep, and then also at the same time, we need to control the the number of hours we do it. Let's say every day 1 hours or 2 hours, and then every week maybe it adds up to, let's say, 10 hours or 15 hours. Yeah, we need to achieve this daily, weekly, and maybe go to monthly. In a month, maybe we need to uh, achieve, let's say, 30 hours or even more. Yeah, these are some example. And then yeah, I know to do this it is not easy because um, previously we didn't do this, and then uh, now we need to make it like a comprehensive plan. It is so ideal, and then it was quite a different with our with what we were doing right now. So um, yeah, I think we can put in what we learn from Atomic Habits, because to me, for a daily plan or a weekly plan, it is something like repeat something. So I think we can put in what we learn. For example, firstly to cultivate the frequency, to make sure that we do that every day, not necessary to hit the number of hours first. Yeah, maybe we can try to do this, and then also many other ways like using technology to help us, and then yeah, many things. Maybe we can also fix the thing that we do. Yeah. So basically these are my sharings today. Yeah.
Yeah, so how to incorporate into the daily conversations from C1 to B B B1
B
or
B2
from C2?
B2 to C1.
Oh yeah, from B2 to C.
Um. What do you mean?
How do you incorporate these action plans into the
Mhm.
daily conversations? Just now you say you want to like mm, improve your English conversation through our daily conversations,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but
Yeah.
how do you incorporate it?
Oh, okay. Because this is something that we focus on the speaking part and also the listening, and uh, I think for every day at least we speak more than 30 hours. So maybe I can get a figure like 45 minutes on speaking already uh, daily, and then after that, because we set a goal B2 to C1, and then of course I will do a test for myself and using one of the apps in my phone, and in that test, it would test us speaking, listening, and also writing, reading, all of them. So after I get the marks, which levels, I can also see which part I do well, which part I didn't do well. For example, maybe I get B2. Maybe I am good at let's say reading, but maybe I am bad at speaking. Yeah, so I can see what's wrong with me in this learning path. Yeah, so basically, for daily conversation, it is on the speaking part, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then about the conjunctivitis, do you know the cause of the conjunctivitis?
Basically two causes. The first is is the
Allergic, right?
bacteria
Yeah.
infections. Yeah,
Mm.
and the other one is through some physical hurt. Maybe you scrap your eye too hard, and then it hurt it, and then maybe it become red, and then yeah, after that maybe I don't know whether it is something called inflammation. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's through some physical, maybe slight or heavy injury.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and and also because of I am having conjunctivitis, and uh, which make me um which also affects my eyes when I look at the screen. Previously, I didn't have this problem, which is I didn't feel my eyes so tired after after looking at the screen. But after conjunctivitis, I feel that my eyes couldn't look at the screen long. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. One another causes I
Mm.
found that is about the environment caused by environment. I'm not sure what this means. Maybe it is
Oh.
also same as the bacterial infections or some allergy. For example,
Oh.
maybe you after you touch your dog, you
Mm.
didn't wash your hands, so you accidentally subconsciously touch your eyes or touch your face, and
Mm.
yeah, it may cause the bacterial infections. Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe in the environment, even though you didn't use your hand to touch, but uh because of the bacteria can can spread
Mm.
in the air. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it also could
Yeah.
be one of the reasons. So, in my opinion, yeah, inflation is means like this. Yeah, I check the information from Wikipedia,
Oh. Oh.
Wikipedia, and
Mm.
mention yeah one of the thing is like you say just now is about the bacterial infections
Mm.
or the the allergy.
Mm.
Another is the environment caused by the environment.
Mm. Yeah. And yeah, I think for the things in our goal, yeah, we really need to find out, right? If that is maybe is a problems you need to fix. Yeah, we need to find out the cause and effect.
Mm.
Yeah, and yeah, quite interestingly for our uh the COVID-19 virus, if we infected with COVID-19, we will also likely to have a conjunctivitis, right? This is one of the symptom for a newer type of COVID-19.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Okay, and yeah, when talk about my goals,
Mm,
and at this current moment, uh, if you want me to say it's like the long-term goals or medium-term goal, I actually don't have.
Yeah.
But I have one short-term goal, and this short-term goal is related to finance, but I didn't aware it's actually related to finance until you point it out. Yeah, you point that in the first step, which is to list out the first is decide exactly what you want.
Mm.
And yeah, and it can broke into like finance, health,
Mm.
relationship. I didn't aware that. And what what I what I what I think in this, what I decide at this step is, yeah, the first is actually I have two. Mm.
Mm.
The first is let the trading bot work. Because I work on it quite long time already, and I keep working it. And
Yeah.
this is something like the process. I couldn't judge whether there is problems. Although I do a lot of back tests, and but you still can keep improve your strategy. You still can keep improve the scenario, and it requires you to think, yeah, which
Mm.
scenario will make your trading setups uh invalid.
Mm.
And most of the times, identify and spot the bug as well as the invalid of the strategy is kind of like coincidence. So the more you work on it, the more the the higher chance you will find out the bug. Mm.
Yeah.
So mm, I'm not sure whether there is one there is something like the formula to spot the bug. I believe there is, but yeah, because uh, when I design a template
Mm.
using Excel, using Python, I also I also have some way to try to spot the bug, to identify the bug. But that's not all the case. Yeah, after I did that,
Mm.
and the bug maybe still exists. Yeah, and this is my unknown unknowns. I don't know it exists. Mm.
Yeah.
So I need to try a lot of times until somebody tells me there is a bug here. Maybe the amount of
Mm.
carry or something like that. So I will look into details and find out the problems and solve the bug. Yeah, so mm, yeah, it takes times, and it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of tests.
Mm.
So
Yep.
just like the system development, the software development, uh, yeah, you couldn't see one software don't have any bug.
Mm.
But but they keep improving.
Yeah. They collect feedback, right?
Mm, yeah. So this is about the trading bot, and this is something that I couldn't think how to make the list. Yeah, how to make a list of everything, which is something you can do to achieve the goal. Mm,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is it running right now? I mean,
yeah, yeah, it's running right now.
yeah.
Mm.
So basically I don't know what it is. So is it something like running 24 hours a day automatically, or
Yeah.
you have to manually do it?
No, no, no. Run. You can have two kind of way.
Mm.
One of the way is you let the you let the trading bot help you to buy and sell, so you don't have to do. Yeah, it's completely automatic. Another is you just let the trading bot give you the signal, and then you buy or sell manually.
Oh,
mm,
I see.
yeah, that's two types you can choose.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. So let's say if for this one it will alert you when maybe the stock price or
Mm.
meet a
Yeah.
particular price, right?
When, yeah. When they make a purchase or when they make a sales, uh, they will message me. Yeah, the trading bot will message me. Mm.
Yeah. So that like you said, bug. Yeah. If let's say if you didn't like uh look into what it is doing because it is going automatically every day. So maybe there is bugs which you couldn't identify, right? If you didn't uh kind of look into it, because it is something like buy and sell, and but is it uh meet the requirement that you set? Maybe how many percent of returns, or the maybe uh the fluctuations of your returns.
Uh, it's actually regardless of the returns because mm, the strategy is something like you finding an edge. So you are finding your advantage, you're finding your competitive advantage in this market and try to find what strategy work in this market. So after you find, you need to back test. You need to test using the historical data to test your strategy whether it's work or not, and how much the returns, how much the drawdown, which is means the pullback, how much you may lose. Mm. So you need to balance your risk and also balance your returns. It doesn't mean that
Mm.
one strategy can give you like, let's say 10 times returns,
Yeah.
let's say per 10 year, 10 times return per 10 year is good, but the drawdown maybe is more than 100% of your total funds. So that means at one point you may
Mm.
lose all your capital.
Mm.
So this kind of strategy is useless because no matter how much money you put in, eventually in this 10-year time, there's one point which is the point of failure.
Yeah.
You just need one point of failure. You may lose. You definitely will lose all your money. So no matter what is the end result, maybe end result is 100 times, 1,000 times, but uh,
Mm.
it is meaningless because you will lose all your funds at one point, no matter how much return you already
Mm.
get. Mm. Yeah, and this is the extreme case,
Yeah.
and for what I will say, maybe there's some bug. For example, you design a strategy based on some requirements. Let's say you based on like the moving average,
Mm.
RSI, stochast, uh, stochastics, and maybe like also some other indicator for linger bands or maybe some other indicator you make by your own.
Yeah.
Mm. Because if you are using Python, this kind of like the RSI, moving average, MACDs, MACD. Yeah, this kind of technical indicator is the the function and the code. The code is written by other people. You just need to get the code, and
Mm.
it's something like copy and paste. So
Yeah.
you don't need to worry about whether the code is contain some bug or not. Yeah, you don't need to
Mm.
worry about that. Mm. Because many
Yeah.
people already use. If
Mm.
there's a bug, they may feedback. Mm. So there's the part you don't need to worry. And what are the part you need to worry is two type. The first is if you try to create your own indicator. Yeah, like me, I create one of the indicator which is decided what kind of pullback is a real pullback. Mm.
Mm.
Based on some judgment, based on some subjective, and you also need to test. You also need to test whether it's valid. Yeah, is it suit for most of the case? Yeah. So the first one is if you try to make the indicator by your own, you have to test whether it's contain bug. And this is something that I said just now. Maybe at the first you can spot the bug and you solve all it, but actually some of the bugs still exist, but you don't know.
Yeah.
It exists in some real case. It should not exist in the common case. But the real case is the real case is not the rare case is not rare. The uncommon case is not that uncommon actually.
Yeah.
So this is something you need to look into detail in order to identify, to spot the bug. And this is one of the types when you make the indicator by your own. And the second is actually whether the requirement you set is valid or invalid. So that means, let's say your strategy, you want to, let's say you want to buy when the price experience a pullback, but you want to confirm this is still in the bull market. Maybe use some simple indicator like the moving average, simple moving average 200. Yeah, if the stock price, the close price is above the SMA 200, so this is a bull market. Or maybe you can have other indicator. Let's say the long-term RSI is more than 50, so this is a bull market. And you can have many. For example, within 1 year, whether the current stock price is above 50%, is above the middle or actually below the middle. So let's say the stock price, the higher price is, let's say, 10, and then the lowest price within 1 year is 1. And then the current stock, and then the current close price is, let's say, 6. So it is above 50. Yeah. So you you think it is a bull market, but which one is the valid setup? Yeah. Which one is a good judgment? So this is something you have to think. You also have to test. You need to try and error to identify which one is the best or is the appropriate way to identify whether it is in a bull market. Yeah, if let's say if you buy a stock in a bear market by using the bull market strategy, you have higher chance. Yeah, you have a high chance to lose money because the strategy in bull market and the strategy in bear market is different. What you need to do is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are a lot of things need to consider, and there are a lot of things you which is something that in your unknowns you need to keep learning. You need to keep thinking in order to improve your trading. No matter you are doing manual trading or no matter you are doing like something like algorithm trading. This is actually a lifelong process. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. What you want to say?
Just now you say, actually for this, in the process of trial and error for your, uh, uh, for your project, and then, you say you did use uh, the the historical data, is it? Yeah. So, could it be possible that, because what's happened in the past is already,
Yeah.
is
It's
something that happened. So can we like put the time frame back to 2012 and then uh let it go use your
Backtest for 10 years. It means like this.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do that,
Oh.
especially for stock market. If you try to trading in the stock market,
Mm.
you have a long history of data. Mm. But at this current moment, the historical data is actually monopolized by a few companies, and the free data, you couldn't get the free data easily, and the free data is not that accurate. Mm.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah, so but I didn't do trading in the stock markets. I try to uh, uh, I do trading in the cryptocurrency market.
Mm.
Mm. And in cryptocurrency markets, there's a good thing. First is 24 hours, 7 days. So
Yeah.
if you are doing algorithm trading, yeah, and your program is running 24 hours,
Mm.
and then it will make the trade when you fall asleep. Yeah, when it's night, or when it's midnight, or when you are busy. Mm. And you don't need to worry about the market close. Mm. So you don't need to worry about like the news or all
Mm.
that. And because all the price is determined by the free markets at any time. Yeah,
Mm.
the price at any time. Yeah, this is a very very impressive. This is a very impressive um, fact. Yeah, and this is a very amazing thing, which is you can have a free market determines the price at any time. Yeah, it's any time, 24 hours, 7 days, no holiday, no public holiday. Like the stock, you don't have, because you may have the weekend, the market will
Yes.
close, and if somebody makes some announcements, and uh, on the Mondays, the price will suddenly the stock price will suddenly crash or
Mm.
suddenly goes up.
Yep.
Mm. So you need to so you need to have um, so you need to make your trading setups um, more advanced in order to avoid this kind of manipulation.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, quote unquote manipulations. Mm. So, but in crypto market, it's not the case. Yeah, it runs 24 hours, 7 days. And
Mm.
another is this is more open source. What I mean here is what more open source that I mean here is actually all the data you can get freely. Yeah, so you can get it free. Unlike the stock market's data, you couldn't get the stock data. Mm. Sorry,
Mm.
I mean you couldn't get the stock historical data. Mm. And if you want to do that, if you want to get the accurate data, you need to pay money. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even though maybe in future some of the centralized exchange they may charge you if you want to uh if you want to if you want to access their data, but we still have a decentralized exchange. And all the data definitely is free because this is decentralized. It's open source
Mm.
project. Like the Uniswap, or maybe like the uh yeah, you also can get it from the Chainlink. Chainlink is like the oracles, which means it take the price from the central exchange, and then use the price to deepen the to to fit in to fit in to the decentralized exchange, and then let the decentralized exchange know that, yeah, what is the price, what is the current price on the centralized exchange at this moment. Yeah. So maybe in futures, maybe centralized exchange may charge you But the chain link, which is one of the project, they definitely will pay the price and then buy the data. And then this is a decentralized project, so you can get the data from the chain link. And the data source of the chain link is come from decentralized chain, so no difference. So based on this logic, you can actually probably know that for the centralized chains, probably they won't charge you in future. Yeah, and if they charge you, they may lose some customer, they may lose some trader on their platforms. Yeah, and this is one of the reason I like the crypto markets, because it's more open source. You can get the data easily. Yeah, and just what you want to say is about the period of the back test. Yeah, you can do that. And in crypto, because crypto is just especially for some altcoin, maybe they just exist in maybe some of a lot of them exist just inventors or just created within like 3 years or 4 years, or some even created within 1 year. So for some of the tokens, you couldn't do the back test. Yeah, this is also one of the things you need to consider. For example, you try to avoid all the new tokens, so you just trade the token which exists at least more than 4 years. Yeah, and also in crypto, we have something like the seasons. Seasons means this is a 4-year cycles. Yeah. For example, in stock market, we have the bull market, we have the bear market. But because in crypto, it is the tokens, the season is can be coded, can be coding into the protocol. Yeah, it's already coded into the protocol, like the Bitcoin. Bitcoin had the halving cycle. Yeah. So based on the demand and supply, and if you adjust the supply and the demands still remain unchanged, or the demand increase over time, and it will cause the cycle. So the season is actually coded into the Bitcoin protocol. And if you do some trading, you need to know what kind of strategy you are using. You are using a pullback strategy, or you're trying to trade in the range market. So in the range market, which means the price just fluctuates in a range. Yeah. Or maybe you are trading in a bull market. This is in a bull run. Or maybe you are trading in a bear market. So you need to choose the correct time frames. In crypto, choosing the correct time frames is more important than choosing the longest time frame you have. For example, if you choose 6 years, as your time frame, and your returns may seem crazy high, because you experience 2 bull cycle. Yeah, because you choose 6 years. But if you choose 8 years, maybe your returns turns negative. Because in the second cycle, and in the bear market of that cycle, in the bear market of second cycle, is it webinar. What is it called? Is 蒸发. Yeah. If I didn't pronounce wrong, is webinar. It webinar all your returns and all your and also your initial capital. So even though maybe your 6 year back test result is amazing, But if you change the 6 years to 8 years, yeah, all your returns will finish. It also could be the case. Yeah. So in crypto, choosing the appropriate time frame, and sorry, this is actually not a time frame, because time frame is something like 1 day, 1 week, and 1 hours, 4 hours days, the time frames you are using. This is actually time period. Choosing the appropriate time periods is more important than choosing the longest period that you have. Yeah. And on the centralized exchange, because it actually depends. For some centralized exchange, they allow you to get the data maybe not more than 3 years. Some maybe some don't have that limitations. So but you also need to aware that central exchange doesn't establish when the Bitcoin first created. Yeah, and also the coin may have value on decentralized exchange, and then they're listed on the central exchange after some times. And the centralized exchange may delist the coin and then list the coin, in futures. So maybe your data have some blank in between. Yeah. So there are a lot of things you need to consider. So this is one of the goal. Yeah, I want to make the trading bot work. Yeah. So no matter it will help me earn money, or no matter it will help me lose money, it doesn't matter actually. I just want to make it work. And this is a long-term process, and this is a trial and error process. And even though it's a fail, I mean, after you do the front testing, or somebody call the forward testing, so it's not using the historical data to test, it's using the real data. So you may let it run for 6 months, or let it run for 1 year and see the result. So this is the forward testing, and it takes a lot of time, because you need to wait the time pass in order to get the result. Yeah. So no matter whether if the trading bot work, so it just means that your strategy is not a good strategy. So you just need to find the next strategy or improve your strategy. Yeah. And okay, and this is one of it. And the second is also about the trading. The second is actually I know one trading strategy few years ago, and at that time, after graduate from the college, I also spent a lot of time to understand the strategy, and that strategy helped me make some money. And but after some time, I found that there are a lot of confused, and I really liked the strategy. And at this current moment, I try to pick up the strategy, and try to pick up the trading theory, and then try to learn in details. There are a lot of new ones need to understand. This is a complicated theory. And I just want to make it clear. I just want to learn that, and also to identify whether I can use this kind of strategy to make money. Yeah. So so for the goal is to learn the strategy. And set deadline, I set 2 months from now. And for the least you can do, okay, And the first is you list out every situation where you can trade. Yeah. So in which situation you can do trading, in which situation you cannot do trading, in which situation you should buy, in which situation you should sell. This is, you try to list out every possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means you know when the markets, when the price go to uh uh go to a certain price or go to a certain structure, what you should do, at the different price actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first one, and the second one is, yeah, use the methods, and look into different time frames, especially like the lower time frames. Yeah, because let's say the strategy can work. Okay, let's say you can imagine, let's say on the daily time frames, it's an up, down, up, okay, and the second up, the higher points of the second up is higher than the is the first is the highest point of the first up. So you can imagine this is a upward trend. Yeah, up, down, up. Yeah. And okay, if let's say assume you think, yeah, this up, down, up. How do you know? How do you know the second up is the ending? So how do you identify the end of the second up? So if you can do that, so you know the market will go down. The price will go down. So how do you identify? Maybe let's say on the daily time frames, you saw up, down, up,
Yeah.
and you, and based on some criteria, you know, in this structure, the market is going to crash, because maybe it's not crash, this is a corrections. And you expect like something like up, down, up, down, up. So the market, even the price just in the third phrase, the phrase, and it will continue to go down, and after that it will continue to go up. But how do you know on the third phrase this is end of the third phrase? Maybe the price can still go up before having a correction. Yeah. So let's say you identify up, down, up. This is the this is a structure. This is a structure that the price may have a correction, and then you can look into the second part of the up, and then you adjust the lower time frame, and inside the second up, if you look the part the part of the second up on the lower time frame, let's say now you look into 4 hours time frame, and it also has the structure. Let's say the structure is up, down, up, down, up. Yeah. So, and then okay, you identify, okay, this structure is also may indicate it's going to have corrections, and then you look into the last part of the up, and then you can keep looking together. Yeah. You can keep looking into detail. Yeah. Until the time frame that you couldn't go down anymore. Let's say the 1 minute time frame. So let's say all the result, yeah, all the time frames show that the last part of the ups is going to end. So you will find the point that you find the you'll find the point. You can find the point which is the higher price of this trend. Yeah. So uh what means technically here is actually you try to test the strategy, the theory with the different time frames.
Yeah.
And apply the theory, apply the strategy not only on one time frame and on every time frame. Yeah. And also, if the strategy work, by doing that, you are going to spot the market. Yeah, you can spot the market directions. So if you couldn't spot the directions, maybe it's because this kind of theory doesn't work. It's the first. And the second is you uh uh your interpretation your interpretations is wrong. So you didn't do it right. You didn't apply the theory correctly. Mm. Mm. Yeah. And the third thing you can do is read the book. Yeah, because this method is found on the book or found on some articles. Mm. Yeah, try to review what the book said. Try to like understand the theory more deeply. And the next one is identify the relationship between all the ideas, all the stuff in the theory, and try to understand the relationship, try to link them together. And the last is, yeah, you use the data. So use a chart to try, and try and do the analysis. And also there are some YouTubers who apply this kind of strategy. You can first analyze the price action first, and then watch their video, and then try to see whether your analysis and their analysis is same. It's not same. Who is correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So about the schedule plans. So when you should do. Now I actually set. Yeah. I try to set. Try to use one day to take one of the item in my list, because at the book I actually read the book in the past, so I just need to review. And like the relationship, I know I know all the idea, I know all the concept, but I didn't make it together. So maybe I just need one times, or maybe more times. Yeah, I just need one day, or maybe maybe 1 week, in order to identify all the relationship. And then after that, I need to use the chart to keep doing the analysis, and then try to check the answer. So for example, I can see, yeah, this YouTuber is applying the same theory. So what the ticker he or she are analyzing. Let's say he or she are analyzing the SP 500 for what period to what period, and then I also choose that period, and then I do the analysis, and then I go back to check the quote unquote answer. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all. That's my sharing for today.
Yep. And then yeah, for this framework of an effective action plan, and then also don't forget that one of the most important thing we need to do is to take action, right? Like the speaker said, take action, so that all of these things will have the possibility to become a true.
Yeah, I think if this is something that you want to do, this is something which consider as your passion, and yeah, you're not going not to do. You definitely will go to do. But yeah, this video is is good, because it shows us how can we design the action plans in order to achieve your goal.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the idea we already know, but we didn't make it clear. So when we do when we put into actions, we may find that you are stuck in the what is it called? Sunning. You are stuck in the hunter. Is it a hunter? Or
Forest.
the forest? Yeah, it's a forest. You are stuck in the forest. Mm. You miss your way in the forest. So yeah, this method is good. Once you list out all the things you can do and then set the deadlines, and then you just go for it. Okay, so anything else?
Yeah, nothing. That's all.
Okay, so that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversation? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.